I thought I'd fill you in on a little secret. This is my access to the sky. It's a rough handmade ladder, but it allows me to move from where I often walk and live into different realms. Recently, I went through a very big stretch of a lot of energy use. I moved from some personal things that really did require a lot of energy. And I also did an incredibly creative process, but it was one of those where I was hyper focused, hyper creative, hyper involved, the type of process where you move into altered states and you're putting things together and you're creating in the midst of life. By the time I was done with this 2-week stretch of both personal energy zappers and the creative process, I was done. I had hit the flatlands. I think that people who have been kicking around in extensive creative work understand what I'm talking about. And people ask me, what do you do when you get to that place? What do you do when you get to that place of flatlands? Exhaustion. I'll tell you what I do. First of all, I recognize that I need a chance to rest. I need a chance to do something different. I need a chance to move into other types of places. It's like after running a marathon, you might feel exhausted. Your body might feel depleted. Mentally, you're just not as sharp as you normally are. And so what is it that you do? You rest. My go-to is, first of all, understanding that, allowing myself some empathy, allowing myself the understanding that that's sometimes how I roll, and then giving myself a chance to do some mindless things. Like sometimes I watch Netflix, but in the midst of my day, just so I can feel productive, I have my list of 5 things. My list of 5 things yesterday included filling the bird feeders, taking my dog for a walk, posting a post that I had wanted to put up on Facebook, folding some laundry, and going to the phone store and talking to them. That was it. And when I had completed those, I felt like I had accomplished some really important things. But what happened was, once I began to get rolling, once I began to get moving, I was able to gain some momentum. Oh, first thing in the morning in the acknowledgement was just writing in my journal, writing and saying, today I feel like I'm walking in the flatlands. And in that, just that acknowledgement, and that was okay. The world wasn't going to come to an end if I had a day where I just was not fully on. If I had a day where I was not fully engaged, that was okay. And then I began to gain momentum. And it wasn't like I'm sitting here going, oh, I'm really gaining momentum. It wasn't like that at all. Over time, I noticed, by the evening I noticed, oh my gosh, this was a very productive day, and I'm doing fine. It was allowing myself to not beat myself up, to not get down on myself for being a human being, for knowing that I had been fully stretched and I just needed some rest. This is part of the creative life. This is part of my creative cycle that I have come to understand. There's times when I will work for 16 hours straight and get in the zone and move into all those creative places, and then I need some time to rest. I don't operate on what a lot of people consider the 9 to 5. That's just not how I roll in my creative work. So I just thought I would share a little insight. How is it that you roll? Do you give yourself space? Do you give yourself time to create the work? Do you give yourself a chance to unwind and collect after a stressful time? Do you give yourself that empathy and that understanding of knowing, okay, this is just how it is today. It'll be fine. It's not a catastrophe. The world's not going to stop. Life isn't going to stop as a result of me having a day where I'm tired. It's just part of being a human being.